Just wait, folks. There's something else coming. I promise. If I can find it. This is one of my pure true knowledge moments right here, baby. You're seeing me at my best right here. Can't find what I want in my list here, whatnot, and everything. But it's coming because it has to come. And Andre's getting all worried because he's going to play some crazy shit.
That's
what I just wanted to screw up with. I just wanted to screw with you, Andres, and see how you would react if I just like stopped it. Right? Now 25 this week on the Bleeding Edge report, folks. Episode 10. I should have did 10 for episode 10, but I'll do 25 for episode 25. And this week is going to stand for that's 2 episodes less than the 8 episodes we're going to be reviewing together. Me and Andres and Cyber and the rest of the squad. Ahsoka, baby. This week, episode 1.
Yep.
This is Monday. What is it? 8? What? 20?
Was it August? Today's the 21st, so Wednesday's the 23rd. It's coming out.
All right. Okay. Wednesday. All right. So yeah, there you go. 8:23, 9:35 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll be live. We do episode 1. We are going to skip episode 2. We'll tackle that the next week, and then I think Friday. I'll have to look, but I believe we've got We've got I want to say Frequency maybe as a movie. I'm not sure. I'll have to go look. Either way, I'll look at my schedule. But you remember?
I thought it was the Project, right? Because I remember I say I'm in for that podcast. It was Departed, right?
It might be the Departed. I'll look. I've got my scheduling book right over here. I'll play a trailer in a little bit. I'll look. But anyways, folks, MCU'S Bleeding Edge report. Andres is here with me. We're loving it. This is episode 10. Although I feel like we already did episode 10. I'm getting the last couple of weeks. I've been getting a little bit sketchy because I'm like, I keep thinking we're at episode 10, but we're not. Yeah, I go back and look at the YouTube channel. That's how I figure out where we're at.
Yeah, it's just so weird because we're not doing our Walking Dead TV weekly, so we're just doing just random discussions.
No. It's good though. It's good, and honestly, folks, like it says in the thumbnail, and we appreciate all of you on all the different platforms to support us and whatnot and everything. And thank you very much. Thank you all to the subscribers and everything. We appreciate you hanging in there and everything and whatnot.
Yes.
I've been looking at the list lately, and we've had an uptick of our subscribers actually watching more of our content. And being responsible for a lot more likes and whatnot. And I'm happy to see that. And I think Andres and I we really want to bring that to like what we're doing here on the report. It's something where, you'll have a reason to want to come in every week and, we'll give you something that's a little bit different from the rest of the MCU's Bleeding Edge, stuff and whatnot, where it's a little bit more, just, not in this big of a group and, give us a chance to kind of, like Andre said, do something fun like tonight, like a Loki season 1, episode 1 re-review that I've always wanted to do one. Cyber poo-poos it all the time to me. No, I'm just joking, Cyber every time I've ever brought it up, I've been like, Cyber, we should do. I get all excited. I'll be like, we should do re-reviews of like WandaVision and Loki and all of it, and it'll be fun. It'll be a blast. Like we'll do re-reviews, and it'll be like friggin' old time's sake. We'll love it. We'll see all the stuff we did. We'll notice all the stuff we didn't notice. All this kind of stuff we're not right. And he's like, why do anybody want to watch that old stuff? You know what I mean? Like it's already old. We already did those reviews.
Yeah,
that's not a very good Cyber impression. Obviously, that's not how Cyber talks at all.
I think that's a good one.
I don't do good. I don't do very good impressions. So Cyber does them. But no, we're doing a re-review. I've never done a re-review before. I don't know really how to go about it. But we're not going to do it in the same fashion we normally would do it. We're basically, I guess, going to just kind of just wide open it. Like we like to do what we did with Dead City.
Yep.
And we're probably going to be doing with Daryl Dixon, which yes, we're going to be covering that here too. And I'm going to be advertising and promoting the shit out of it. Did you get your freaking Ahsoka t-shirt?
No, not yet.
You watch. It'll be there tomorrow.
No. See, I'll be more excited with my Dixon shirt, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show this to. I got my Loki shirt. Actually, I should say.
You did?
Yep.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah. I liked it. It's really good.
Color for you?
Yep. A+. That's
the same color mine is too. I like that red. Yeah.
Oh, I got blue.
Oh, you got blue. Oh, that's right. You got blue. I'm sorry. You got the blue. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
no, I have the red. I'm sorry. I like the blue though. I did. I liked it. I thought it looked cool. No, your Ahsoka one you'll like too. It's dope. It's cool.
Cool.
It's just a
Yeah,
straight Ahsoka, like in print on the
Okay.
top. Just Ahsoka. Just with the title itself, straight black.
Yes, just like our if you guys seen our Walking Dead City shirts, like that's how mine's gonna be. Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Yep.
That's cool. I really like that.
I'm not gonna pick that ugly, shitty yellow color I freaking got for Dead City. I didn't even want to. I didn't want to wear it in public. I'm just kidding. I didn't like it. It didn't look as the way I thought it was gonna look on the thing, man. That yellow.
Ooh, yeah.
It was kind of like. It looked kind of like It was like a yellow that kind of reminds me of like the yellow that you get on like a fucking vest, if that makes sense. Like
no,
it wasn't the yellow. It was the way the Dead City logo looked on the yellow. I didn't like that.
oh, okay. So they didn't try to like change.
It didn't
Like,
stand out very well. No, you
Okay.
couldn't really. Sometimes you couldn't make it out. Almost like I noticed that when I would go back and look at some of this, some of our shows, you couldn't really see it. It just wasn't a good contrast. No, it wasn't a good contrast.
wow, I think you're right because I don't think I saw the lettering.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't not a good pick. No, hey folks, you can't be perfect when it comes to t-shirts, but no, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm gonna go tomorrow and I'm gonna see what they have because I've been waiting for them to give me something to work with that actually has the Dixon series on it. But we might not even be able to get it though. They might not have it. So
Yeah.
I've been trying to find something close, just do something that's just that's Dixon, but like not too overblown. It's not Walking Dead.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how like you got Dead City. I think 2 weeks or a week before the show premiere. Maybe we need to wait like in September, the first week, or in the second week. We'll maybe search for. Like,
that looks to be it because I mean I've looked everywhere. I've even gone on the Walking Dead website.
Oh, okay.
Where they have their own merch and everything and whatnot, and they don't have anything that's season. They don't have a single T-shirt that actually says anything about his show at all. It's all still the Walking Dead stuff.
Yeah, it's probably they're waiting for waiting for the week before it premiered. Then they will start pumping out the merchandise and all that.
No, we'll see how it works. Either way, there's a lot of good. I'm telling you right now that there's some good shirts out there, though. I mean, there's some really good Daryl Dixon. If you love Daryl Dixon, there's some good ones out there. Out of them too. I didn't realize there was so many variations of the freaking of Dixon, and everything and whatnot.
He's like the most popular. Like you think about,
he became probably, didn't he?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like he's like the most popular, like because he was created originally in the show. He's not from the comics. If you know your Walking Dead comic, stuff and all that,
No, most definitely, I do. I know what you're talking about. I do.
Yeah.
No, so I mean, so as far as Loki episode 1 goes,
yep.
Basically, I didn't write down much, because I mean, like I said, I wanted to go a little bit different with it, so I didn't see any reason to go, with a 13-page outline or whatever, right? I just kind of wrote down what I thought was important, and basically, I'm kind of, although it was on me that we weren't able to do both episodes tonight, or like to have done it. We'll do it next week. And we'll do 3, probably 2, and if we can even squeeze in a little bit 4, we will. Because we got 3 episodes to make this work. But basically, I mean, as far as episode 1 goes, I'm glad we're just talking about episode 1 because I feel like, after rewatching it, I feel like again, this is my first time ever rewatching Loki. I've never watched any of the Disney Plus series again. And honestly, doing re-reviews almost makes you want to go back. It'll help me do it. So that's why I'm almost kind of want to do it. And that Andres and I will talk about that. But I'd love to do WandaVision when we have free time. We'd love to do that one too. And would enjoy it too. I think they would. It's a good concept as long as it's done the right way, I think. But either way, I want to pull up what the episode title is real quick and whatnot. But Andres,
Sure.
Well, how did you feel about it? Rewatching it. I mean, was that the first time rewatching it? Ever since you watched it the first time?
Yeah. So everyone knows that I have my second channel, DC Marvel Plus Talk. Mm-hmm. In the Marvel Plus Talk, I did the Loki weekly series back in 2021. This is my 3rd time rewatching this first episode. I actually saw it twice during for my preparation for my podcast, and I gotta say it's a great first episode. for Loki. Like
It is.
it did, you know, like I'm kind of happy that we're doing this episode 1 because there's a lot that they just sets up for this whole series. You know, like okay, a variant of Loki is targeting the TVA, and then we got this, you know, the 2012 version of Loki being displaced and discovering this other side that we didn't know about the MCU. That is, you know, at the time we didn't know it's going to be a major thing in the phases now.
Yes.
You know, which is cool. And plus the concept of the show, a multiverse like cop procedure. Okay, I could dig with that. So yeah, I so overall I love this show. The first episode made me like really appreciate the hard work from the people that make this show. It looks gorgeous. I mean, the production design is great, music is great. I mean, Tom Hiddleston, he's a great actor as always, but
Yeah. He really shined.
yeah, he really shines. And yeah, so yeah, I have no complaints. I am very excited to review these with you, Jeff. And you know, I actually last thing, I did saw episode 2 today because you know, as people know that,
Yeah.
you know, like you know, I don't want to talk too much, but like we watching episode 2, it was great. It was a strong episode as well, like episode 1. But yeah, it just made me very excited to talk about the show more.
No, part of my my what do you call it? What do you call it? Part of my yawning. I didn't take my second dose of Adderall until just now. So believe me, I'll have energy here soon. Adderall does that, right? So, but hey, all legal folks, prescribed, I promise. Holy crap!
Glorious Purpose.
There you go, glorious purpose, right? It's not. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it like out of a bathtub or some shit. I'm looking at a picture of Tara Strong right now. That voices Miss Minutes. She is.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, I know. She. I mean,
I didn't realize that she was that attractive.
Hey.
I mean, I'd seen her before, but this picture is great. I'm looking at her with right now. It's really good.
Yeah. She's really good. She's very. Yeah, she's good at her age. Plus, she's a great voice actress. You know, like she's a great version of Batgirl in the DCAU. She replaced Aaron Sorkin for Harley Quinn in the Arkham games, and she's great as Harley Quinn in those games. And she voiced Bubbles in the Powerpuff Girls. If you know that she's a great voice actor.
Oh, that was her.
Yeah, she voiced Bubbles in the 90s.
Oh, I mean, I understand something. I haven't watched the Powerpuff Girls since I used to watch it back in. Yes, folks, I watched the Powerpuff Girls back in the day. I did. I will admit it. I don't have a problem with it, but no, I had no idea. She's great as Miss Minutes, and that's a great grab for Marvel. Hats off as always to Sarah Finn. You know what I'm saying, and whatnot for her casting, and whatnot. It's always great. She never gets enough credit. I don't think. You know what I'm saying. You know, although her name is actually different now. It's actually I think she got married because it's Sarah Finn something else, right?
Okay. I didn't check.
I got and that's another thing, folks. I'll tell you right now. Doing this, I think, in a way, I was thinking about this earlier, Andres, is really good that we're doing it because I need to get back into Marvel. Like I'm getting to a point where I've gotten so far away from it that I'm forgetting the names of characters, actresses that have played. You know what I mean? It's like that, and I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like I want to be. I want to be able to pull that stuff up, and also I feel like you know, I don't feel as connected to it as I normally would, right? So you know, I just not when I say that, I mean, you know, even though like you know things were kind of slow right now. I feel like I don't have I haven't put the effort in to really have a clear sense of like where we really are at right now. And that can be done. I just haven't put the time into it. I need to.
No, I understand.
No, you get it. You know, I feel detached from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's the same thing with me with DC. Like folks, you know, I don't think they know about me. I'm a DC guy. I'm a huge Batman, you know, and I sometimes want to do, you know, DC related things, but it's like tough, you know, trying to get to those topics. Like it's crazy. Like people forget last week Blue Beetle came out, and like I should be more excited and like do a podcast on it in my channel, you know. And it's like kind of ridiculous that
I'll review it with you on your channel.
Oh yeah, yeah. I need to have a chance to see it. Yeah, I have a lot of like podcasts.
I think I'm gonna go on. I think I'm gonna go on probably like Friday or Saturday night. I think.
Okay. Well, let me know how you think about it. I'll let you know when I get to see it. I need to talk to my other host Chris, see how he's feeling. He was sick.
Oh, okay. I was okay now. What,
Yeah.
what was it? There was it another host on one of your other shows that you said that was dropping off?
Yeah, that was Will. He was my host for the Marvel Plus talk. So yeah. So but no worries. We're still in
But basically, folks, Andres is basically 97% a full blown part of the MCU's Bleeding Edge. Just to be clear,
yeah.
If not 100, right? I mean, he basically already said that he basically already put that out there, proclaimed it anyway. He didn't ask me.
Yeah.
He just kind of decided for me.
Yeah.
I think because he probably figured that he already knew that I would have no problem with it. So
Yeah, sure. Wait, do you know? I think we say this right to this audience in one of our Monday reports. It was either 2 weeks ago or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, so Loki, great show. I mean, great cast. I mean, I was like, I mean, come on. Like the first thing that made me like this episode was Ola Woods as
beautiful. Holy shit.
yeah, I know.
God
Very,
damn. And holy crap. I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. I could have sworn I've seen her before, pictures before. I never noticed that she was that attractive. She's really good looking.
Yeah. Okay. No, I now recognize her voice. She voiced Timmy Turner. That's so funny to me.
Oh no! Shit, she did Timmy Turner too. Wow, she did Dill Pickles. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
She did Dill Pickles. Yeah. See, I know she's
been in the game for a minute.
Yeah. She's a great voice actress. She did Raven. She did one of the Teen Titans shows.
Holy crap! So she's actually probably in her 50s.
Yeah, and she still looks.
How about holy shit? That's a whole game. That's a game changer now. Well, no, it's not. But no, I love me an attractive older woman there, folks. I'm getting older myself. Which is a different dichotomy. I just realized that. Holy shit! Like now that I'm 40, like the whole older women thing is kind of different, right? It's like, what I'm saying, it goes into a different territory or whatever and whatnot, right? Is there really older women when you're 40?
I mean, not really.
I don't really see myself getting up like have Netflix and chill with like some 75-year-old grandma.
No, I don't know about that. Anyway, I think we're distracted. Sorry, folks.
Audrey, something funny? On one of my dating profiles at one point that I had, my title, or whatever, like my headline was bringing Netflix and chill back.
Oh my god.
That's how they always are. Everything's like, does it surprise you that I'm not just that even that everything it is dating, all of it, it's always the same bullshit with me? Like, why not?
Hey, I like that.
Why not make it?
What?
Hey,
yourself.
I'm being funny, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, though, it's just like my T-shirt that says "Your hole is my goal." I'm just put it out there right now, basically. So not that a woman should already know anyway, because we are men. That just to be clear, like, what I'm saying, like what my goal is, like what I'm trying to attain from them. In exchange for the currency, the only currency that I trade in that department, brother. Which of course, no young child would ever understand that. Anyway, so
no.
Anyways, folks, we are way not we are way above we're 18 plus and that's it. But no, Andres. So episode 1 of Loki, that first scene, and please, I mean, Washer, what I wanted to ask you first was, what was it like when you watched it that third time? Did you use the lens at all of like projecting forward into season 2 while watching episode 1, like I did?
Oh,
I kept connecting it. Like as I was watching, I was like thinking to myself, okay, where does this fit into season? Like, what I mean? Like, how does this? Like, how does this factor into how season 2 will play out? How does this connect? I wanted to reconnect / connect to like sort of in a way to try to kind of sort of determine maybe the direction of season 2, while at the same time remembering, kind of how we started all this and whatnot, right? Reminding myself of the fundamentals of the fact that this episode of this season, folks, was all about establishing the multiverse, right? It was that, essentially, right? Was it not?
Yeah, well, that and then
Loki, and time, and how time,
and how time is for people, and all that. Yeah. So answer your first question about connecting season 2. I wasn't doing that. I think I was just mainly focused on just the first season, and like where we start with our characters, and knowing the knowledge from episode 6, where we left them off. Like it was kind of I was like very curious about Morbius as the character. Like you see how
Mobius. No R. Mobius.
Man, that's such a weird. Yeah, I had a tough time saying his name. It's like
take that out. Mobius.
Yeah, or
M-O-B.
So Mobius.
Mobius. Yeah, you got it. You get it.
Okay. So yeah. So Mobius. Played by Ola Woods. He's a character that I liked initially, and then rewatching it for the third time for this first episode. Like it was cool to see how he's fascinated about Loki and how he gets through to Loki as a person. Like how he asks the question for Loki, "Why do you kill people?" And
yes.
I like the scene later on about how Loki tells Mobius that he doesn't like to kill people. He just did it to like strike fear on them and like have control over them. That's why he did it, and that's such a great payoff in that first episode. That's the reason like I was hooked right away. It's just the way seeing this character get through Loki so quickly compared to other characters in the MCU is so fascinating, and I think that's why I fell in love with this, and especially those two continue on as like buddy cop, partners in the series.
It's a reflection of it's a reflection of everything he's saying to Loki.
Yeah.
The fact that like Loki doesn't take them seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, and whatnot. And he's basically trying to like partly show off, right? In a way, you know what I mean? Whatnot, and be like, "Fuck you. This is what we this is what we actually got going on over here." Which he kind of does too when they get off the when he takes on the elevator. Loki actually takes in. Like, it wouldn't be so cool if they would have shown more of the whole TVA headquarters and whatnot, everything, because the whole like it looked beautiful.
I know. Yeah, like
and very expensive too. Like it didn't look small.
No, I mean the outside is so fascinating.
I know that, but you know what? It's probably too much money.
Yeah, but I gotta say, like, I don't want to talk too much about Secret Invasion. Like, I mean, if you want to compare a recent show, like, which apparently was expensive budget, or whatever.
Secret Invasion, man.
Yeah, I know. Well, because here's the thing, because season 2 is coming out, right? I mean, the season 2 trailer got huge reviews, right? And what was the thing about it? Production design. This show has
Loki.
Yeah, Loki season 2 trailer. How it got huge reviews and like
people really liked it.
Oh yeah, I that hit like a 2.8 billion reviews. Last time we discussed about that trailer, it got huge attention. I mean, people were excited about it. I mean, it compared to Secret Invasion, like no one talked about Secret Invasion over a month when that was airing. It just shows the difference. And there's a reason why. It's because Loki just visually looks better than any of the Disney Plus shows. Like it's a full-on cosmic show, sci-fi show basically, and it's huge. I like how we go to everywhere. Like we went to different places. Like we got a 60s like segment, where Loki was pretending to be DP Cooper. Yeah, that was cool. And then like we go to what's the other timeline? That was like in 1850s, something like that. Like
it was France. It was France.
Yeah, French, right?
Was that France?
I think so. Last time the title codes tell you where we're at. I think it's French, maybe. But anyone correct us in the comments. I know we're probably maybe saying it wrong, but it's somewhere. But yeah, I think the show like production wise, is really great and it's top notch. And I'm seeing that season 2 is going to continue that, which is great.
That's right. And I'm not sure. I don't believe they've officially announced this yet, but I believe that Owen Wilson is going to be in Deadpool 3.
I think he is. He is listed in the cast.
Oh, have they listed it already? Okay.
Yeah. Let me double check. Because it's been a while.
Here, you double check. I'll read this off real quick. All right.
Sure.
From the hats off to the Marvel database. We really appreciate you over there at the website. Great source. Folks, if you ever need any information about the MCU, feel free. I like them personally. The Mobius M. Mobius sort of background. The Honorable Mr. Moby M. Mobius was originally a member of the Time Race Authority's junior management, and through meticulous attention to detail, he was promoted to the position of executive in senior management. Mobius first encountered the Fantastic Four when prosecuting them for illegal time use, continuity theft, and other various charges. However, the Fantastic Four were able to escape under his supervision. Because of files lost during the Fantastic Four's escape, Mobius was in danger of demotion. He attempted to recapture the Fantastic Four, who helped him demonstrate his value by seeking employment with the Kang dynasty in Chronopolis. Instead of losing his job, Mobius was actually promoted. Oh, I forgot about that. That's actually really neat.
Yeah. By the way, I think the Chronopolis was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So we really saw them. Yeah, they were in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I checked Deadpool 3. He's not listed in Deadpool 3, so I don't know, like, he's gonna be there or not. So it's not confirmed.
I thought for sure that what in the end of Batman 2, that was Chronopolis that we saw. Ant-Man 3 where Kang was down there. I thought for sure that was going to be Chronopolis.
Oh, and, in the quantum realm. Yeah. I think.
That obviously it wasn't because there's no rights issues or anything like that, whatnot with any of that stuff, right? It's not linked to Spider-Man or anything like that, obviously. So they have no reason to be inhibited to like not title something that, that's all I'm saying, right?
I feel like it was an afterthought, really. Like, I don't, because with Ant-Man 2, like, they knew they were gonna do quantum realm in the next Ant-Man film, but they didn't know, like, the whole Kane thing was like a new thing they just added to that film. And so, like, I don't know, like, I think it was always planned that, like, the Darren Cross villain, Murdoch, in Ant-Man 3 was probably be the main villain that was going to be the one that brought them in. But because it became a big thing for the phases, it was like...
the real reason why we even did that and whatnot was just because they needed to somehow figure out a way to have the Kang variant be able to know what the hell was going on Earth, right? And be aware of the Pym particles and whatnot, everything, right? And the best vehicle they could find was Cross, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't want to talk about Ant-Man 3.
All I can say about it is just that, I'm not really a fan of how they did MODOK, to say the truth. I don't like it at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of a joke. And it really kind of surprised me one day. I'll tell you right now, I was in like a chat. I was in a chat with a couple of like little bitch white knight, like weak ass, like, low level, like us, so-called creators and whatnot, like that a couple of I even tried to collaborate with before and whatnot. I guess they were like too good for me. I don't know, whatever. Either way, it doesn't really make any difference because honestly, they'll be lucky if they ever hit friggin' like 200 subscribers on YouTube, let alone fucking 30,000. But either way, all I did was decide I didn't like the way MODOK was done in there and whatnot. All these guys are in there getting butt hurt and everything and whatnot. I thought MODOK was great, all this shit. And I'm like, what movie did you watch? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously? You liked the way they did MODOK in that. You thought that was dope. This one dude was getting all intellectual and shit. He's like, every good villain has to have a second man or all the shit when that everything. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm like, that's not how it works. I'm like, dude, the best villains do, he said. I'm like, that's not true. I'm like, the best villains in the MCU had no second person. Sorry about that, but I thought I turned my ringer off. I'm like, no, that's not true. I'm like, none of the big villains that we've had have had like some number two or like a co-captain. A good villain. They're the best villains are just villains. They don't need a team.
Yeah, I think I know what he's trying to say, but I don't think he's saying it right. Like we always had the two villain team up as every superhero film. Like the example is the Batman films, you know, with Catwoman, like Batman Returns, Penguin, Catwoman, Forever, you know, Two Face and Riddler, and oh my God, Batman and Robin, all three villains, and then of course with the Dark Knight trilogy, we got two villains, like Begins, you know, like yeah, Scarecrow was like the main Batman villain that was in promotion and all that in the merchandising, but Ra's al Ghul was the main villain, and like you know, Scarecrow was like the pawn of the overall plan of Ra's al Ghul and Batman Begins.
Yep.
In the MCU, there's a few team ups they did in the MCU, but it's just like far apart. Like Iron Man 2, you know, Justin Hammer and Whiplash. The best example of a great supervillain team up that is so good is actually Black Panther with Claw and Killmonger. Like that was a great like villain. Like Claw was the pawn for Killmonger, our main villain in that film. Where M3, like I like it in a very visual way, like because Murdoch and Kane was like very Star Wars. Like Kane was like Darth Vader, and like Murdoch was some like lackey. Like that could have worked in M3, but the problem was for me. I'm with you, Jeff. I didn't like the way Murdoch was.
No,
It was just the
first
tone.
of all, it about to be it was like he wasn't even taking. You couldn't even take him seriously.
Yeah, exactly. And especially, it hurt the tone of Kane, who was way more serious and like he was like dark and you know it was just so weird, like so jarring to see this like comedic like thing, and like the whole like his redemption was so stupid. Like why? Like he's an adventurer, and like and of course Cassie saying you know him being stop being you know a dick, you know, pardon my French. You know, you know.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Hey, I'm saying
the guy was running around saying over and over and over again, "I'm not a dick. I'm not a dick. I'm not a dick."
Yeah, yeah. Well, it just got tired after that point. I was like, okay, I get it. You're not a villain. You're not a douchebag or whatever. But yeah, it was really awful, and the CGI was awful. Like I wish they went more darker or scarier than more dark about that. But
no, yeah, well, yeah. I mean that's scarier for me. No, it doesn't reflect who he really is in the comics. He's actually a genius. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like he
yeah,
is.
yeah.
You know, like I mean, he literally like that's what he is. He's a genius. He creates shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, he creates weapons, and that's what he does, right? That's Murdoch.
Yeah. So if you don't know who Murdoch is, like he's a great villain who.
Hold on. We're way off track. Let's go back.
Let's come back to
Loki. I want to talk about it. I do. No, but you know, basically, so you tell me. I love the intro. I'd forgotten how good it is.
Yes.
You know, like you tell me, how cool is it to watch that again? It's funny as hell. It really is, and it's also cool. He looks so cool at first when you first see him.
Yeah. So, the thing that got me liking the show was the line. He has to go through the scan picture thing in one of those elevators, and the guy asks if you need like you have to cross to make sure you're not a robot or whatnot. And Loki was kind of scared because he never thought that himself would be a robot, and he's like, "Please, I'm not."
I know. I know. It's a see. You're already jumping. Go back though. I'm talking the intro when he pops into the desert after the Avengers thing.
Yeah. No, I like it. I mean,
they straightened him out real quick.
Well, my laughing part was when he got interrupted with the TV and he tells those like what are those people, like those indigenous people?
Yes, I know. They know what he's saying.
Never mind, and like just leaves. It's like after all his like telling them I'm Loki, I'm your ruler, and all that. It was so funny. But yeah, it was a good intro. I mean, Actually, it's kind of funny to look back of this the New York sequence. It was kind of funny. It's like you didn't see like too much on Robert Downey Jr.'s face in some sequence. I don't know if it was just too expensive to pay off his like scenes. It's like you own this footage of Avengers Endgame, folks. Like it was just funny, and like we didn't see Robert Redford. Like it's like what's going on? It's like we're like cutting, this scene. I get we're in a Loki show or whatever. But yeah, then after that it gets better. But yeah,
No, well, definitely. No, without question. And now, no, go if you want to go. No, if you wanted to go back to the robot thing, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. So, I mean, after the initial intro, we go into TVA. He has to go through like this, like what do you call it, like mundane, like procedure of like, okay, he's a criminal. Like you had to do your stamp of, fingerprint and like, or get, recorded in the system that they're doing in the TVA, which is so funny. And it was like gag after gag. It was so funny. It was like him getting how you say it, like, because the character, what was it, B15 or something like that. Oh my god, I have my stuff here. Just give me a minute. Da, 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 oh, Hunter B15.
Yes,
was using that like pad thing to like reverse Loki back to the corner with her. That was funny. And then of course, when he goes to the first level of the elevator, getting stripped naked and then put in the jumpsuit was funny. And then of course when he gets to the recording, like signature, and when he keeps saying something, the printer just comes back down to what he just say. That was, oh my god, that was, I don't know you laughed so hard with that, but that made me laugh so hard. That was so hilarious.
Oh, like the whole the whole. I mean, look, I mean, like, I remember reviewing this the first episode the first time and everything and whatnot, and we talked about that forever. Like this for like the first 45 minutes, all we talked about was just the whole, like how funny it was and whatnot, like the of the whole induction of him into the TV, when they processed him as a variant, right? Like, and apparently, if I remember correctly, in season 2. Now again, I've got to do more research, to be more prepared when we do this, our next Monday night show, our episode 11. So we can really do more of a deep diver and whatnot, as far as what we tangibly know. Or we'll be a little bit more loose tonight on our segment. Tomorrow, next Monday, I want to go a little bit more heavy on what we actually do know in terms of what's out there that's tangible. That's not just like straight leak type shit. You know what I mean? Straight, while way out there rumor type stuff. It might only be a little bit, but we do know tangibly that we should be going down. That article was interesting. We saw earlier that He Who Remains is going to be back. I didn't expect that, right?
Yeah, I'm just.
But it makes sense though. No, I want to wait too, but I'm just saying it makes sense though, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess like
it's all
repeated.
Right? There you go. Right. So why would you be back? Why wouldn't we? You know what I mean?
That's true. Or like it could have been cool is maybe Loki travels to the time where the TVA was created. That's something we can see.
That's going to happen. That is going to happen.
Yeah.
Sylvie didn't push him. We'll talk about this later, but Sylvie didn't push him. We talked about this before. Sylvie didn't push him into like a different after the multiverse. He sent him back in time, or she sent him back in time. So that's what they're. This isn't totally official. But this is what the word of the street. But what I understand is that basically, when things start off, the reason we're going to see the reason you see the Kang trail, the Kang, statue, is because that's He Who Remains. They go back in time to back when He Who Remains was like actually heavily part of or like governing over, not heavily, but but more involved, right? You know what I mean? Like more present.
Okay.
Yeah, than he was. You know what I'm saying?
Before, yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense then. Yeah.
Yeah, because I believe the whole concept was that over time he sort of just kind of backed away a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whatnot, and put
it
more.
seemed like that.
Yeah, and just gave more and more over to the actual agents.
That makes sense. And plus, you know, like he was like false guiding himself as the timekeepers.
Well, he's also fucking crazy too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's gone crazy from
that's
like
true.
from being like alive for so fucking long. You know what I mean? Whatnot, and just like boredom. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, I mean, because I can't remember correctly, but if I remember correctly, he'd been around for a minute. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, but no, but basically with episode one, one of the things I noticed and I ended up writing down was how, to contrast, I guess, what we got. I think this is a cool thing to be able to do too. Is I didn't realize that you can do like you just did. This we can tie into doing these reviews into other Disney Plus series we've watched and like contrast and compare, right?
yeah,
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 you know what I mean? Like, and of course, depending who you talk to, I'd figure probably if you ask most people, I'll probably, I'll put this up on Twitter or something tomorrow. I will, gauge it, see what people's thoughts are at. Is looking back now, like how they rank things. When we did our rankings, in 2021, now this is mine, but I think my top five, I had WandaVision, Black Widow, best to worst. I want everything to come out that year. Marvel MCU and Venom 2,
yeah.
WandaVision, Black Widow, the Black Widow film, because I'm biased. I fucking love Black Widow.
Me too. I'm
And
big fan.
yeah, and then the three I had Loki, right? Four I had Falcon Winter Soldier. Five I had Spider-Man 3.
You got my exact thing. And I just ranked separately my Disney Plus and movies. I ranked Loki as number 3, as you did.
Oh, cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
It's
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Two was WandaVision for me, and then number 1 was Hawkeye.
Yeah, I wish I can't not I never remember what my rest of my list was. I always forget. I can only remember the top 5. I can't remember my last 4. You know what I mean? Although I know for a fact Venom 2 was number 9. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It was garbage.
It's Venom 2 was dead last to me for my 2021 of in general superhero films.
We might not even do our rankings this year. I'll be honest with you. Why the hell bother? I mean, seriously. I'm sorry, but sad to say it. I hate to say it as an MCU fan, but like, I don't even know if it makes any sense to even carve time out to even do them this year. Really, you know what I'm saying? Just because I mean, what we've gotten, you know.
Well, we have 3 good superhero films this year.
Well, you know what? You know what? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Volume 3.
I'm sorry. That's not fair. I'm just taking into consideration the fact that still got you're right, Marvel. We got the Marvel still coming out. We're getting Echo, and we're gonna get we're still gonna get. Oh, well, that's it. We're getting Loki and then Echo.
Yeah, and then DC. The last thing is like Aquaman 2. But
No, because you group them all together. Yeah, no,
yeah.
no. So no, you're right. I guess we'll do a ranking show. Like I said, we talked about before. We'll probably just do it one show. It's not gonna be necessary. We're not gonna have enough. We're gonna have 9 or 10 different properties to rank. You know what I mean? So at that point, we'll probably keep it more limited. But no, I thought that really, I thought, like you said, I thought episode 1 was one that was great to start off with, just because the humor, the balance of the humor, along with the seriousness and the more like dramatic aspects of the episode, right, heavily reminded me of what the quality aspects are of the good MCU films, the good MCU series, whatnot, right? Is when they have that. It doesn't always have to be humor, but I'm just saying, that alone, in this instance, the balance is so good, right? Like humor is so much more effective in this genre, in like this, if you balance it out properly. You know what I'm saying? And when I say balance, I mean timing, and I mean it flows, along with the seriousness. You know what I'm saying? Like they flow together. And I feel like that's something that's been lacking in movies and series.
Yeah, I 100 completely agree with you, Jeff, about that, because I think it's just the Disney Plus shows are cutting so much hour, and so that's where the balance of like the comedy and
not as funny.
seriousness.
They're not funny as they were. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah,
seriously.
well, yeah. It's also like they don't have enough time to, to set up the joke right. Like this show does. And plus,
Well, the writing matters a lot too.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Which I don't want to get into, but yeah. But yeah, no, I agree with you. This show is 100% like good at making their jokes right and time it right. But also, I was shocked, by the seriousness as well, and they did such a good job that it's not jarring. It's what Thor 3 is so good at, is the comedy and seriousness. Like that's why I like the show. It continues the strength of Thor 3. That so many people like. It's the comedy, but also the seriousness.
Well, if I remember correctly, I want to. This is pretty much the only episode of the entire series that is really comical, other than episode 5, right? But then again, at the same time, episode 5 also has some really dark, serious shit too. Has some really, for Loki, some really serious, like, maybe not serious, but like
sweet moments, like
some great moments. Yes, like when they fight Olieth and everything, whatnot, all that shit, everything. Like then and then at the same time, you've got like Alligator Loki and shit, everything, whatnot, right? Alligator Loki's the bomb, man.
Oh my god, I
he was my MVP for that year. He was my Monica Rambeau Award winner. No, I'm just joking. It was Sylvie.
Oh my god. I mean, like I think that and more. Alligator Loki and Moiris from Shang-Chi was my 2 favorite MPE characters.
Do you like the whole Monica Rambeau award deal? You understand what the whole meaning of it, right?
Yeah. I like the way
the best secondary character that breaks out or whatever, or even maybe overshadows, like or in the series.
Yeah, no, I just did that, especially because we did that with Secret Invasion. Like we all agreed that, like, was it Olivia Colman's character?
Oh, we didn't agree. No. Some of you guys liked Olivia. I picked.
Who do you pick?
I picked 2. I picked the actress that played Fury's wife.
Yes, she was good. I think someone.
I think I just picked her. I don't think I had to. I think it was just her.
Yeah, I think you picked her because we picked Olivia Colman, and unfortunately, you didn't.
Hey, what a surprise! I'm the only person, as far as I haven't asked John yet, but I'm pretty sure. I thought I keep forgetting to ask him. No, I'm pretty sure. I think I'm the only one that even liked Secret Invasion.
I mean, makes sense. I mean,
although you guys liked it up until episode 5.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
I mean, I haven't gone back to reviews. I'm just saying. I remember you guys being pretty enthusiastic. We were all pretty enthusiastic at first.
Yeah, until episode 4 kind of broke.
No. But I think that also when it comes to balance, I think that the reason that there's more humor in this episode is because I believe it's to sort of lighten things up as contrast to what then goes on, and basically what is probably the 65% of the episode, 70% of the episode, which is that one-on-one with Mobius and Loki, which in a way is almost like a little mini play. Like it is, you know what I'm saying? Like it is. Looking back and listening to it now, it's poetic. Some of the stuff that Mobius is saying is probably actually poetry, I believe.
Yeah.
Literally, it's poetic.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
some of it.
Yeah. Like I see what you're saying. I think what makes him great.
No, when you know what I mean, though, when you know how like they have the big plays, the big acts, shows sometimes where that are just based off 2 characters.
No, I think they're doing that intentionally because like the Thor universe is like a very Shakespearean kind of like drama, like in cosmic levels, which makes sense. Because the first Thor movie was directed by Kenneth Branagh, who was like a very famous, great Shakespearean director. I see what you're saying, especially because like half of the episode is in one room, and like it's one of the best scenes.
It's more than half.
Yeah, like exactly.
It is.
Yeah, and it looks like it actually feels like a Shakespeare play in a superhero thing.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. No,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
the 2-man show type deals, whatnot. That I've never been to one, but I've heard of, I've seen seen them and heard of them. But no, I think that it's interesting because for one thing, I believe that from what I remember of Mobius in the comics, you have to take into consideration. Mobius, I knew Mobius. I did know Mobius in the comics in the late '80s, but
Okay.
I was really young then. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot. I was really young at that point, reading Marvel, so I didn't even really understand his character all that well. You know what I mean? It was a little bit too above me. In the '90s, he really wasn't even all that in Marvel. You didn't see him in the comics that much. He wasn't really heavily
Yeah.
used. You know what I mean? So he was never really a huge character in Marvel comics. If I remember correctly. He never, I mean, he was a villain at first, which is kind of like funny to think about it, that he actually took on the Fantastic Four. Like, I mean,
Well, it makes sense in Fantastic Four because Kane was like a
oh yeah, no,
Richards. If you know that.
no, it does make sense in the comics that the TVA would end up messing with them, because think about it, in the comic books, the Fantastic Four kind of do whatever they want, so they go everywhere. They pretty much do whatever, you know what I mean, whatnot, which is gonna be cool to see, because that's if I remember them correctly, they kind of just they go everywhere, kind of. They go into space. They're on different. They go into space a lot.
Yeah, Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're in space all the time, right? Like,
negative zone. They're usually there.
Yeah, they're ever. Yeah, I mean that's what they do, right?
Well, like a lot of people sometimes have a misconception on the Fantastic Four. They're like explorers. Like they're like astronauts for superheroes.
Yeah, because of how they actually get their powers.
Yeah, I mean, and just the way Reed Richards is. He's a scientist. Like they play up like Fantastic Four, the movie with the shaking doctors, and like all that. Or Star Trek, it's more like that, like explorers, like crossing the galaxy and into unknown territories. That's how Fantastic Four is. Speaking of the character Morbius, this is my first time learning about this character. I haven't I'm not a huge Marvel guy, that's why I'm getting into it since the Iron Man movie. This was a good depiction of the character. I thought I like how the show adapts some of the comic characters from the FF or in general the Marvel universe for the multiverse stuff in this show, and so I think what they are doing with Ola Woods' character, I think it's really good, and I think it makes sense, the way they're doing it.
I'm just glad that they got almost into the MCU, and it seems I don't know. I guess now that we're doing more movie review, we're doing regular movie reviews and whatnot and everything. In a way, it's almost forcing me to be, and we're doing these shows, I'm doing them with you, Andres. I can't help myself now but be more cognizant of what's going on currently in theaters and whatnot. Right, I am a lot more than I ever have been, probably in the last couple of months. I know what's actually going in theaters, right? Like I'm going to the theaters more. Although it's been a minute though, it has, other than Oppenheimer, which I've got to go watch one more time before it's out of the theater. But
I need to see Barbie. That's like my main thing.
If I'm going to choose between seeing Oppenheimer another time or Barbie, I got to do Oppenheimer.
No, hey, Oppenheimer's great. I want to see that too again.
I mean, honestly, you just the feeling of watching films in the theater is so much different than watching them at home on the TV. For me, anyways, it's like a huge difference. And a film like that, especially with some of the bomb, the test scene, you got to see that in the fucking theater a couple times, man.
Yeah. IMAX, please go IMAX. It's good.
Eventually, I'm gonna go. I'm telling you, the only IMAX I've ever seen was at Ripley's Believe It or Not in Myrtle Beach, back in the day, I think, or something like that. Again, like I told you before, when they just came out with it, and they didn't even have movie theaters with it, whatnot. It was like just something that it was one of their little not a ride, but it was one of the little things you could do. Was they would put you in the theater, and they had like a 2-minute deal. You could watch like an IMAX thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically, I felt like what we talked about a lot. Remember, we reviewed the first season of Loki. Was at that point things were so much closer to Endgame. Things were so much closer to, just from basic passing of time or lack of, this was much more fresh compared to like, you know, the phase 3 films and whatnot, everything, right? Phase 3 Loki. Then now, you know, it was closer, right? So at that point, it was easier to like really pay attention and really scrutinize and revel in his arc being so interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, his redemption, his sort of arc there, you know, when he's killed, and then we get another version of Loki that's back to old evil Loki. Now has his own redemption arc, right? I don't think that's ever happened before. I mean, I don't know of any other film or TV series that has ever had or actor that's played a character that's had 2 times had arcs like that with the same character.
No, it's crazy. It's just Loki in general. He's a great character. I mean, like you brought up the first 3 phases. I mean, because out of like how many villains we have that has that arc, you know, like Loki has, you know, like Loki is such a complex character. You know,
At the end of episode 1, he's not even a villain anymore, though.
Yeah. Actually, you have to call him an anti-hero basically for this show.
He is. But you know, it was still you know, in a way, it depends on how you view it. He's still Loki. You know what I mean? So exactly. He still is an anti-hero.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing that's so cool about Loki. That's why like I like him. Like that's why it's so many people, that's why he's such a big character in the MCU.
I know. It's not you know, fan service love or anything like that. It's not like with him, with this, it's not as heavily, it's not as much nostalgic with some of like the original Avengers and stuff and whatnot. It's actually the fact that not that he's still in the MCU, but that he's killing it and still killing it with the character, and they're still evolving it.
Yeah.
They're still evolving it. They're still making it interesting. And this whole trope of like a redemption arc through this swath of movies and shit, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and then
it's
the first villain in the first Avengers film, right? And a good one, a good damn one too.
Yeah.
Right. Which is a great concept at some point for a couple of shows. I'm telling you, Andres, you know, a relook at who the real top villains were. The best villains were in the MCU phase 1 through 3 type deal, right? Like a deep dive.
I did like a ranking with my host Will for our top 10 favorite villains for the MCU, and you know, Loki was high in our list. So I was low with Loki. I had him, I think, in 5 and 4, and he had him as number 1. So, you know, Loki is still number 1 for a lot of people.
I was gonna say I would rank him higher than 5.
Yeah, I have one villain that I like the most. That's just like, I like Loki. It's just like I want movies to just give us pure bad guy villain, like the Joker, you know, sometimes, and that's why I like Killmonger the most as my number 1 villain. Oh no, he's my second. My number 1 is Wang Wu from Shang-Chi, Sean's father. He's my favorite because I'm a huge Iron Man fan, and I was happy how that movie handled the Mandarin villain.
I didn't. I didn't like the way they did. We'll talk about that in another show, but I didn't like it because I thought that they softened him from the trailers. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. I like the more like vicious. You know what I mean?
Okay,
you know,
I can see why. I disagree. I think he was still vicious, but for different reasons, and I can understand that. But
I felt like they diminished him a little bit. That's all. Yeah, as a villain, you know. But either way, no.
Yeah.
But the actor that plays him is great. He is.
Yeah, Tony Long.
Tony Long. Oh yeah, Tony Long. He's great, man. And I'll tell you what, that the first Shang-Chi trailer, I was a little concerned, but that second one, man, it got me. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. I'm a huge Shang-Chi fan of that movie. It's my number 1 favorite of the Phase 4 movies.
I've got to watch it again. I've only watched it. I haven't watched it since I saw it in theater, and like I was so and so with it. But you never know. If I watch it now, I might like it more. You never know, right?
Yeah. Well, and speaking of, I guess comparison, one thing I did appreciate about this show was getting good supporting characters. That's been a big issue with the Disney Plus shows. This show does a good job of using their like supporting characters and give them time to shine. Like it's not only Morbius that like gets to shine. It's like Sylvie gets to shine. Hunter B-15 gets to shine. You know, Judge Slave Raver, the King Lover.
Now, do you think that gets the shine is the right way to put it? Because like, I think, I mean, when you have secondary characters, I mean, don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong. Like, I get what you're saying. There are moments where they give them an opportunity to kind of like, you know, be in the spotlight, of course.
Yeah.
Right. But at the end of the day, I think good secondary characters are the ones that can blend also with the main characters, right? And like add contrast, you know, and whatnot, you know, or or be similar, right?
Yeah. No. I agree with what you're saying. That's what I'm trying to say here. My bad. I just didn't know how to like.
No, how they flow.
Yeah.
You know, how they perform in the structure of the writing of the show, right? And then the story, right?
Yeah. That's what I was saying, because that's something that the Disney Plus shows were like kind of struggling. Like Secret Invasion struggled with this like completely. Like they didn't know how to handle Emilia Clarke's character, Gaia. Like she was completely underdeveloped. And like if you look at Hunter B-15, like you know she's you know here in like in each episode, but she gets the development she deserves. And like you know we'll get to episode 4 or 5, episode 4, when they capture Sylvie and Loki again. Capture Loki again, but Sylvie the first time. She discovers that she was one of these regular people that get brainwashed by the TVA, and like that's such a powerful scene in episode 4, which I like. And she becomes a helper with Sylvie and Loki to kill the timekeepers in episode 4. Where you know something like
are you talking about Renslayer?
No. Rainslayer, that's the judge. I'm talking about
Hunter. Hunter. Oh, yes, you're right. She does end up. You're right. She does end up helping them.
Yeah, and like because you look at her in this episode, she's very like the no nonsense, like strict, you know, bounty hunter, TVA. And then like episode 2, like I briefly discuss briefly episode 2. Like when I rewatch it, I forgot that Sylvie controlled her, and you know the reveal is Sylvie is how she controls the people is using their memories that they had, and that's how the other TVA remember her life. And then same thing with Hunter B-15.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Sylvie had that power.
Yeah, that's like a big twist that we get, I think, in episode 3, because I think we discovered that in episode 3.
I forgot all about that. How does it work again? Could she see there? Like
it's sort of like the Shadow King. Like she does it in a very telepathic way. She goes in or kind of like X2 when Stryker used his son to control Professor X. She creates like a simulation to like trick the
yes,
you know, the person's mind.
The projection. Oh, Loki can do that too.
Yeah, and then that's how she controls them.
Oh yes, that's right. No. She had That's right. She has her own specific power. No, Loki can't do that. No, that's her own thing that she does.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. She can almost like take over people or whatnot. Yeah,
which we saw in episode 2.
I forgot all about that element, man. I forgot all about it. I'm now even more excited to watch episode 2.
Oh yeah, episode 2 is still great. It's really fun. But yeah, so I speaking of the judge, because you brought up Slayer.
Bonner and Slayer, yep.
Yeah, like we get a good insight of her.
I'll save it.
Yeah, the music. But yeah, like it was great to see her here, like this very, no nonsense judge that will become a major character in the series, which I don't think you were expecting.
I'm not. I'm interested in seeing. Oh, and Andre, don't be surprised when that happens occasionally, because as a shortcut now, I learned that meeting to eliminate the issues with reaction videos and whatnot. I'm now using instead of share screening, I'm going to use video files more, and just go ahead and just YouTube to MP4 converter this stuff over, and I'm just going to bring it up as a video file. We can still react to it and whatnot, but it's the share screening itself. That's where the issues pop up, and you got to start tinkering with the audio options and shit whatnot. If you just do it as a video file, it's straight.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That's a good idea.
You turn off the echo cancellation button. You do something to turn that echo cancellation button off. You noticed that already. Remember last time, because you do still hear that. If you don't, when I leave it on, or I leave it off, we do sound shitty. You know what I mean?
You didn't show me anything, so I can.
I don't notice it though. You guys hear it. I don't notice it on my end.
Yeah.
When the echo cancellation button's still off. I don't even notice that there's any echoing or whatever. Now you guys are the ones who do, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird for me too. I don't know how you guys do it.
I'll show you sometime. I told you at some point I was going to sit down and show you what the actual my end looks like. It's not that complicated.
Yeah,
but it is pretty neat.
Yeah, Thursday show me. I'll be a good
No,
time.
definitely. No, and you know what? Here, now I'll go ahead and play this trailer.
Yeah, let's do it.
Get your hands off.
See, this thing is like similar to the first Iron Man movie.
It is, yes. It is very connective. It is.
Yeah, it's cool.
You better be ready.
Great music.
Yeah.
Come on. What did you expect?
See now, if they had dropped Elgar Loki right from jump, it wouldn't have been as good.
No. So I don't even know. Oh my God, I can hear my echo now.
Oh my bad. See, there it is. There it is. The fucking echo cancellation.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So
Was that
anyway.
is it the void in there? I didn't notice that the first time. A couple times I ever know. Well, I wouldn't have back then. They showed right there, isn't it?
Yeah. So they did show you the void. Like
No, but they just don't show any of the old Lokis, right? You don't know, at that point.
no. So they just show you like the other Loki that had the hammer, that quick shot, and then of course they show you.
I didn't even notice that. Was that he? I didn't even notice that.
I just saw it just now.
What did they call him? What did they? There was a name that they gave him. I'll pull it up. Each one had his own little deal,
Like
right?
names.
Loki.
Yeah, like Richard E. Grant was called Classic Loki because he wearing
old school, classic Loki. And Richard E. Grant was awesome. He really was. I remember Alexis Hania. I didn't know Richard Grant, and she was like so excited knowing that he was going to be in it. And I couldn't wait, to see him and everything and whatnot. Then I read up on him and whatnot and realized that he was like actually, pretty much he was somebody. He had chops. And we'll wait for episode 5, but I mean, he's definitely something else.
Yeah, you brought up the Mark of Bone reward. Like that's the reward you give to that person is the Richard Grant because he is only in one episode and he makes that work. Like in that one, like he's the best character in episode 5 because, like you talk about how good the comedy is, but also the drama. Like classic Loki, like it's a good example of how good the show was of handling the comedy and the seriousness. Because he's dialogue about how he misses Thor, he misses Asgard, the home that he lives so many years. It's touching.
It is, and honestly, maybe more than any other Disney Plus series, the Loki episodes Loki has the most standout episodes, I think.
Yeah,
It's
I agree.
it's the most breakout standout episodes.
Yeah, I think I think they have the best consistent episodes. Like 1, 2, 4, 5 are the best.
Oh, I've said that before too. Yeah, the best flow as far as
Yeah, the
like
best flow,
you
yeah.
know, as far as quality from
Yeah.
carried over, right?
Yeah.
From episode to episode, which I think is very important. I mentioned, you know, I care about that. That's something that's one of the reasons why I love Miss Marvel. And I thought it was the best Disney Plus series to come out last year from MCU. Was that Miss Marvel? I felt did a good job of that too. It carried over very well from episode to episode. There weren't big lulls. There weren't big drop offs. You know what I'm saying? When not right, you weren't like, oh fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like they gave you. And what I'm not saying it was outstanding. But what they gave you was pretty consistent, right?
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I like Miss Marvel the most. It's number 4 for me.
Episode 5 scared me a little bit. It did.
Yeah,
but
it's good.
But it wasn't like Secret Invasion.
No,
where it was like you know, a straight filler type episode type deal. You know what I mean? Whatever. It wasn't like that. It was like the flashback stuff. Kind of. I was like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like why are you inducing this into the series now? Like,
yeah, that's the well. At least they're doing that for a good reason. They're telling this historic event that actually happened in real life. The train thing that actually happened in real life.
I didn't like that's what I mean. I didn't like them injecting the political angle with that and everything. That, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was necessary. That's why I was worried. You know what I'm saying? Not that it wasn't necessary, just that like it scared me a little bit because I was like, oh shit! Don't tell me that they're gonna turn on the finale and turn it into a freaking. You know what I mean? You know, like.
Yeah. No. I think it's important to know like each specific cultures and their horrible.
Oh yeah.
You know, because a lot of people forget that every culture had their like Holocaust.
Oh
like,
no, and you know I love history just like you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know I love history. I do. In fact, if anything, I need to go back and start reading history again and more. I used to for years, and I just don't read as much as I used to.
Yeah.
For certain reasons, and you know, and I need to get back to it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, but at least Miss Marvel was better than Secret Invasion. Like, because
I'm telling you, I thought Miss Marvel was really. I thought it was better than Moon Knight as a series.
Yeah, I put Moon Knight as number 5. Like, it's a good show. I think it's just, I just did not care about the finale. It's another punch up.
You throw me off when you rank stuff and whatnot because I only know how to do it with MCU. We've never mixed it in with anything else.
Yeah, I think it's because I just remember the good shows that I like, and like I can like remember them in order, and then it gets tough for me with the bad ones. I know my bottom ones.
No, that's interesting. You know, earlier when you mentioned, I didn't realize that. I of course I mean I know you when you came on the show because of DC. But now, did you sort of fall into the MCU as it was already evolving? Were you there from the jump? Like,
yeah, from the jump since Iron Man 2008.
Okay.
I didn't start doing podcasts and content like that.
Oh, you're talking about covering it and whatnot. I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, of course that I know. That I know.
Yeah.
That I know, and I very much love it, folks. I do. I love the fact, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. That I get to have opportunities with Andres and other people, you know, that come on the Bleeding Edge and talk about what it's like for them to like do something like episodically cover a Disney Plus series like Secret Invasion, or even maybe you're not the happiest with the show, the process, just like how it felt like, you know what I mean, what from episode to episode,
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about that, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Whatnot, right? I haven't had a chance to ask you about that, whatnot, how it felt. I talked to Kendra about it a little bit, whatnot. Shout out Kendra. I got to talk to John about it a little bit. We still got to put something together and get us all back together again, just so we can kind of just bullshit, about Secret Invasion, kind of just talk. We don't got to talk about the show as much. Maybe more about that stuff, like how it felt. You know what I mean? Whatnot, because it is fun. I mean, it's fun knowing that you're going in and there's people in there that like the same stuff you do, and you know what I'm saying, whatnot, right off the bat. So right off the bat, that makes you comfortable, because you're around people that are basically automatically friends. You right?
That's true.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's fun to share something like that with other people.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, speaking of Loki, in season 2, it's I think people are talking now with segregation how, like, because like this was the first phase 5 of the Disney Plus show. In fact, they just like Ant-Man 3, it just dropped the ball. Not I don't think segregation was like dropped the ball like Ant-Man 3 was, but like
It's hard to compare because it's hard to compare TV series to movies.
yeah, that's the thing. Like I think segregation is a better phase 5 project over Ant-Man 3. I'll watch segregation again over Ant-Man 3, but it's not here yet.
If you're probably not gonna watch either one of them anytime soon. I don't see it happening.
No, not here that.
I don't think I have any reason to ever watch Ant-Man 3 again.
Oh my god, no. I just
that's not fair. I probably would. I mean, I'm sorry you never watched Love and Thunder again. I can tell you that right now. That's never gonna happen.
No, I haven't done that. I need to rewatch Guardians Volume 3. Like the fact is in Disney Plus, I want to see that again. Like I just been so busy. It's just like annoying. So yeah.
What do you think? We're at 117. Why don't we try to? Why don't we go for another 20 minutes or so, whatnot, and then we'll kill it right around there.
Yeah.
So why don't we just why don't we just close out episode 1 and we'll just do some final thoughts.
Yep.
And then we'll just kind of I'll drop the Loki season 2 trailer. We'll kind of peter around a little bit, whatnot, and see if maybe we notice anything, after watching episode 1 of Loki that maybe we can in any way contrast or connect or anything like that. I'll tell you, I'm earlier I forgot to mention I'm really interested in seeing how they're going to use Renslayer in Loki season 2. That's probably what I'm most intrigued about. Is because I think that's really going to show us her spot in the MCU, because I don't see her going away, of course, because she is, of course, Kang's lover in the comics.
Yeah. I feel like just like I say Morbius. Like
Morbius, you got it, you're close.
Yeah, like I feel like Renslayer will be a completely different character in the show and in general in the MCU, but like still being tied to Kang, but just in a different way. Like I don't know if they're going to do like the love interest thing for the.
No, I think they could, but it won't be done. It won't be at all comic accurate.
No, and I that's good.
It's not possible.
Yeah, it's not possible, but it's not a big deal because I
think you'd be going too far into other stuff. And those are the limits of the comics versus this. Is that you've got all this established background in the comics to where I'd have to bring it up, but basically, I mean, Renslayer is the daughter of a king, right? Of a planet that that Kang sort of conquers, whatnot, right? Tries to conquer, then conquers, and she hates him at first, but she falls in love with him at death. She saves his life, right? Like she takes a laser blast for him. Right. And then in the comics, it becomes this big thing where Kang almost freezes her right before death. And then just spends all this time just trying to revive her, how to cure her, whatnot. Right. He brings her back at one point. It doesn't work out. She ends up hating him. When he does finally bring her back, she ends up hating him and working with the Avengers.
Yeah. I think, like Avengers, or like the cartoon show.
Defeat Kang, yeah.
Yeah, if you've seen the cartoon show, the Avengers Earth Minus Heroes, they actually do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not the part of her hating her, enjoying the Avengers, more the part that the reason that Kang travels is because of the wife and all that.
Oh, that Kang, yes, it is.
Yeah, Kang the Conqueror.
The real Kang, yes.
Yeah.
No. The one Kang, the Kang.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why. That's the other thing too. I don't know why people thought that first Kang in Ant-Man 3 was the real Kang. That's not the real Kang. That was just a damn variant of Kang.
No. That is Kang, but it's complicated because we have these other 3 variants that we saw in the post-credit scene. It's That
So
is,
that was supposed to be real Kang.
yeah, because he has the comic book accurate costume. That's how he
True.
usually,
Yeah, he does.
you
Yeah,
know.
that's right.
And despite him being beaten, like I heard rumors. If you want to talk about Loki,
Oh yeah, no. I've heard him too. That
yeah,
he's not dead and everything whatnot and blah blah.
and he could be actually in season 2 of Loki. Like he's actually Victor Timely, and that what
It's
happened.
possible. We've already talked
Yeah.
about the fact that there's probably going to be at
Yeah.
least two Loki, at least two, Kangs in it. Not there could. Why not have 3 or 4?
Yeah, so it's like, again, like I don't know, like that's the thing. It's like I don't know if we're gonna have the main king come back and be the main villain for the 2 adventures, or we're having these like variants of the king chancellor, basically the chancellor.
Yeah, and there you go. See, that's why I need to connect more and whatnot, so I can have a handle on this stuff and whatnot, right? Because I mean,
Yeah,
how would it make any sense for us to get to Secret Wars, right? And however they're going to play that out, where Kang's somehow going to be the catalyst of it instead of Doom. Although I do believe Doom will be a part of it. I do. I want to hope anyway. You know what I'm saying? They have to introduce Doctor Doom before that.
It's just me. I'm a huge Doctor. I like Doctor Doom.
I love Doctor Doom. I wish he was already in the MCU.
Yeah, I know, but I just want them. It's sort of like Lex Luthor and Superman films, or like the Joker. It's like I want to see another villain for our main heroes to face.
I made a short a months ago and whatnot and everything. I was like, all right, Marvel Studios, it's about time, bitch. Give me Doctor Doom. Like, what's up? No, it was before Wakanda Forever. I was like, hey, Marvel Studios, guess what? It would be a really good idea if somehow a certain Mr. Doom, Doctor Doom, would pop up in like an end credit scene or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Since this movie's probably gonna be garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you at least give us something?
No, folks, it's a good movie. Don't listen to Jeff.
Are you kidding me? Did you see the thumbnail I made for our review of it?
No, I didn't see it.
It says like Wakanda Forever. What the fuck? Or whatever. I hope not. Are you kidding me?
I'm kind of glad they didn't do that, because that was just not gonna be like, it wasn't that kind of movie. Like it was like I don't know. It was gonna be tough to just do.
I gotta pull it up now. I have to.
Oh my god, please don't.
I gotta pull it up so you can see it. It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been cool. I mean, but then the problem is, like, if you put it in the Black Panthers, like, you have to pay off that like plot point, which that's been a struggle with the MCU. And by the way, speaking of struggling, that's the one thing about Loki that hasn't been a problem. Is like they're gonna pay off their like storylines than some of the MCU projects so far. These phases.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You know.
No, most definitely. I mean, I think that the best is yet to come.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I mean, like, come on, like, we haven't yet seen Captain America 4 and Thunderbolts and.
No, I can't wait for Captain America 4. There you go. See, Ironheart. Why? Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Fuck forever. Close this down.
Oh my god.
Going right.
I can see like why people, because Namor was a Fantastic Four villain, and Dr.
You mean what, Tutu?
He's called Tutu Khan. Okay, get that right, sir. He's actually the best villain.
What's the difference? Is that supposed to be more impressive or something, or like?
Well, no. I mean, first of all, that's not from the comic books. That's something that's for the movie, because they were trying.
No, I'm saying in contrast, what Tutu?
I mean, Tutu Khan. If you want.
I'm adding like a comedic like pronunciation or whatever, right? Like, so
Yeah.
that's why that's all.
I'm being comedic. I'm just saying it right so that you're gonna be in more trouble. Anyway, no, I know what you're doing. Yeah. Like how? Anyway, so you're trying to make, like, because of Aquaman came out first, because of the land.
I know, and then I talked about that, but other people have told me that it really had to do more with something with the rights of Namor or something.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the Hulk. It's a little weird. I don't think it's that. Like, they did a create. Oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, but from what I understand, really I think that's all bullshit. They had complete control of the title Namor, and Namor came out before Aquaman. You know what I'm saying? Well, not right. So I mean, at that point, no, from what I understand, it was what's her name that got fired. Was the one that pushed hard. She was the one that pushed so hard that more than anyone that Namor had to be not like regular Namor or whatnot. Everything Atlantis couldn't be Atlantis. It had to be like some PC, inclusivity bullshit type deal, right?
I don't want to get into that. I just
it's an aspect of the MCU. What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Well, no, I'm not trying to go hard on it. I'm just saying that it's a part of it. There's no point pretending that there aren't certain people in Hollywood and in these that make these movies and have to do with them and produce them that have a certain political slant. Is a part of the deal, right? We just handle it in the ways on here where that doesn't mean we're going to get into politics. It just means that we were not afraid to also bring it up. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I can see that. I mean, a lot of the negative YouTubers that pick on the.
We don't do that. No, it's not like that at all. You know that, Andre. We don't.
No, I understand. Like,
no, we don't do politics on here either. Unless it's absolutely done the right way. Unless it's in a serious conversation and it fits, or like in Falcon Winter Soldier, right? Where like it's a part, it's a component, right? Where you have to kind of talk about it because it's a part of the story. You know what I mean? We're not right. So like, there you go. And, but at the same time though, I've always been blessed to have people that come on and can handle it and not get all ridiculous with it. You know what I'm saying? And let it get too far. Luckily.
Yeah. So like you brought up component in the story. Like I like the change of the Namor because it makes sense for the component in the story of the Black Panther franchise. So like it fit the world that we previously seen in the Black Panther, and I like the direction they did with it. Be more like a actual like culture, like how Wakanda is for the black people, and for for these Lantins, they're for like the Spanish people, and I sort of like that like symbolism of that. Now,
I don't like it when it's forced.
Yeah, this is where we could disagree and agree.
That's okay. No, don't get me wrong. Hey, listen. Please understand.
Yeah.
I liked it too. And don't get me wrong. I've told you about Andrew from G&M, my boy over there and whatnot and everything, right? And every time Andrew comes on, just like with you, when he points out how it makes him proud to see certain characters for the first time being portrayed, in this by a Hispanic actor, by a Mexican actor, right? Whatever. I'm always really happy for him when he talks about it, whatnot, and I like feel good about it. You know what I mean? Whatnot, like it makes me feel good about it too. I'm happy for him, just like with you. You know what I'm saying? Whatnot, for you to have that, and be able to talk about that, whatnot. That makes me feel good. It does. I'm glad for you to have that opportunity and whatnot, right? To be able to talk about that and feel that way, right? No, it's very simple. I'm putting it out there. I just, I don't care very much for, I don't care for inorganic, just forced type inclusivity type, where it's, or it's done in a way that's done sort of in like just a really cheesy, you know what I mean? Like Saw Out kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of way. I don't like that. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying in general. I don't like that. Like the pandering kind of stuff, the almost pandering. Or like, forcing it kind of deal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna do it no matter what. So it doesn't matter how it affects the story, how it affects the movie, if it looks good or not.
Yeah, that's like my problem with Eternals. Like it felt like more of that, and then, I agree with you with that. With in the opposite in Black Panther, like I had that issue with the Ross and Val thing. Like that felt so forced and just like cheesy. Because they were, they were like a married couple. I was like, okay, and then it was obviously they were setting up like Thunderbolts, so like it was more set up than I didn't feel like it fit in the Wakanda Forever.
We're due for Val here soon.
Yeah, it's just true.
I want to believe that we'll see her before Captain America 4. But maybe it will be Captain America 4.
I mean,
I would have thought they'd slip her into a Disney Plus series by now already. To be honest with you,
Secret Invasion was probably the perfect place to do it, right? Like,
I was surprised we didn't see her.
yeah, like it's weird. She.
But then again, they couldn't have too many characters.
Yeah.
Right. That wouldn't have fit the story.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, but then at the same time, it's like, the story of Secret Invasion was just so messy, and like I don't know what they were trying to do. It's just like
they were trying to keep it cohesive, right? They wanted it to be a Fury thing, yeah, and at that point, also because of the Skrulls and the whole Secret Invasion Skrull deal, they wanted to. I think they were purposely trying to limit and contain the amount of heavy secondary characters or big secondary characters in the show, because that would have just kind of taken the emphasis off of the Skrull aspect, right? You know what I'm saying, and whatnot. It would, if you would have more and more just human characters that we already knew were human, like I don't think it would have done any good for Vale's character if all of a sudden we had to think about Vale could be a Skrull. That doesn't help anything.
Yeah, that's true. Again, like I think Winter Soldier did this better than Security. So.
Oh yeah, no, and I love Vale. I do. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. As far as looking at episode 1 goes, just to wrap it up, we're not going to do ratings. There's no point. But basically, you mentioned it about it and whatnot and everything. There are some really poignant moments, where you really do see almost what something that took years almost, like in the timeline of the first 3 phases for Loki, happens in like 2 hours or whatever, right? Or whatever it is in their time, right? You know what I mean? Like Mobius manages to like take him down, like, you know what I'm saying, like work him, right? You know what I mean? Whatnot, to where. And then they use some being able to have that TV right there, whatnot, and be able to show him his future, show him, all that whatnot. Because of course this is a variant of Loki before, the second Thor film.
Yeah,
this is coming right off the first Avengers. So Frigga hadn't died, right?
Nope.
I don't think I realized that the first time I watched it, the first season of Loki. I didn't realize at first that was a variant of Loki from before.
Oh, wow.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot a little bit. But no.
Yeah.
What would you? I mean, did you think that that's cool? How I'm not saying he comes completely full circle. I'm just saying, isn't that neat? How that sort of, again, that contrast that they like to of this different arc to where Mobius is able to to that quickly. Through language, knowing him, having studied his all the different Lokis and all the different variants, like he said, because he loves his job so much, he enjoys what he finds things fascinating. The fact that they drew it out on one with the first the Loki that dies for so long, right? But then with this one, all it takes is that one.
Yeah, one sitting of like all his.
Yeah, one scene, yeah.
Yeah, it's really great. I think it's because because we all know Loki was like very vulnerable, like he was a very emotional kind of person, and seeing the first Thor and the Avengers, like he was always a troubled person that like is going through the emotions, because he was told by a lie by Owen that he wasn't truly going to be the king of Asgard, and like he was adopted, basically, and that makes Loki very angry, and so
I mean basically Mobius basically shows him and like makes it clear to him that like you don't really know what you want.
No, and I think it's kind of like in the third film, like he finally found what he wanted. He wanted to be accepted by his brother and be like a family again, Like
he still didn't even know what he wanted to do, though. He had no, you know what I mean? Like he never.
Yeah, in this show, yes, in the 2012.
Even then, though, he really had no real like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, he's in Ragnarok. He's a good guy. All of a sudden, you know, whatnot. He's dead.
No, what? My bad. Infinity War is where he actually like find his purpose. Like he finally accepted he was.
Oh yes, yeah,
you know,
yeah. You're right. He did. But again, that's just his purpose in a moment. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like overall. Like, you know, what am I going to do?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing about you know, this version of Loki. Like the fact that he knows this information, like he wants to defeat the timekeepers, and like, you know, like I know this in episode 2. Like he wants to like control it, you know, because he wants to run the TVA because of all the power they have. And so he sees the TVA as the next thing to like control, just like any other plan he does, you know, like the Avengers and the first Thor film, or you know, the Dark World or whatever. He sees his next opportunity is TVA, you know, and like well, who was it? Like I think Morbius knows about this. Like he knows he's after the TVA. It's like, come on, dude.
Of course he does, because he knows Loki.
Exactly, he's been studying him. So yeah, that's so fun, especially when he finds out that the person that he's gonna after is himself, Loki, a variant Loki. It's a great end of this episode, and I love that because it made me excited for episode 2 a lot because of what we know coming forward.
Oh, that's right. And we get at the end of episode 2, right? We get Sylvie, right?
Yes, and it's still great.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm going to pull up the Loki season 2 trailer right now.
Sure. So let me rate this episode. I will rate it a 9 out of 10. I think this was a great pilot episode. I think it delivers on every aspect of what I like about the early days of the Disney Plus shows of Marvel. This was easily the best one. Like it's number 1 for me as the best episode. Second is WandaVision, and then third will be Miss Marvel for me, and then fourth is Moon Knight. I think Moon Knight has the best. So
excellent.
Yeah. So that's my rating for episode 1. It's great.
I guess I'll rate it. I can't remember what I rated it the first time. I wish I could. I want to say I'll go back and look, but I should have done that before the show. Next time I will. Next time I'll make sure that I go and see what my ranking was, so we can compare them. Right? I'll give it probably a 9.5.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. And you know what? That's probably actually higher than what I gave it the first time. I'd say probably, if I had to guess. We'll see. I'll look it up, but I believe I probably did not give it that high of a score. Who knows why? But I don't think I did. We'll see. Maybe I was exactly the same. Could have been. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, that'd be curious. I'm not curious now. Yeah. Oh man.
There we go.
Obi? Hello? We have a little bit of a situation we wanted to run by you.
Mobius! Wow! Great to see you again!
That's what's been happening.
Wow! Time slipping.
Wait, you know that?
Yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
Can you fix that?
No. It's impossible to time slip in the TVA.
I know, but we just saw it happen.
Yeah.
I've been pulled through time between the past and the present.
Hello?
If what I saw is true, there's nothing to stand between this world and utter destruction.
Only one way to find out. A little good old-fashioned legwork. Listen, we have different styles. You're a man of action, which is fine. I take a more slow, deliberate, cerebral approach. It's really goodbye.
It's up to us to save this place.
Is this cracked?
You're good. whatever we do, we're playing God.
We are gods. But how do you choose who lives and who dies? Make the hard choice. It's him.
You better run!
War is on its way.
Come on, you're the god of mischief.
Always have been. Always will be.
A little over the top, don't you think?
I thought it was spot on.
Yeah. Oh, the trailer's different.
So actually, that's cool. So they're letting him. He's using his powers more.
Yes, it's true.
Right? Yeah. No,
yeah.
he didn't use his powers very much.
He did like occasionally. It was always his usual tricks that we saw from the previous movies.
Isn't that funny how they never let him use his powers in like the first Avengers film or whatever? You know what I mean? You know, like,
What was it in the first Avengers movie? He used more of his his illusion more in the first Thor film, because in the first Thor, it was like briefly in the Frost Giant battle, and then he used it more in the Avengers.
I wonder why they didn't allow him to actually, you know, use those like little blasts he does or whatnot, right? You know what I mean? Like, you know.
I mean, I guess it's a new thing that they're adding in the show. I mean, that's the thing. Like in the movies, it was always like,
no, he could do it. He did do it in season 1, right? He did use it, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I think, yeah, with Sylvie. Well, that was the thing. Sylvie.
Yeah, that's right. When he held the building up,
Yeah, like, yeah,
or diverted it or whatever that was going to fall.
Yeah, he used sort of like kinetic energy to like hold it and then like push it back. Yeah.
Was that same green energy he used?
No, it wasn't like green energy. It was Sylvie. Sylvie was the one that showed us the green energy thing.
Oh, that's right. She could do the one that could actually use it, and then Richard E. Grant used it too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Richard Grant did that as well because his version was a lot older, so he knew how to because he was conjuring a big illusion because it was Asgard. He was tricking the creature, you know.
Yeah, no, Eliath. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is a really. Well, I love the concept of Eliath. It's really cool. But I'll tell you. I'd have to assume that in the second trailer, there's got to be a lot more Sylvie, right? And I think you actually only see Gugu. How do you pronounce her name? Is it Gugu? You only see Renslayer once.
A couple of times, actually 3 times.
It's quick.
It's very quick. We see her in the.
Isn't she? Doesn't it also appear like she's back in time?
Yes, she's in the fair where Victor Timon's at. And then the next shot, she was in where the Val creature is at. The place where all the fumes are in, you know, that we saw in episode 5. She's there for some reason, and then her last shot is her holding the fume sticks, but in a very punk, like a cyberpunk way, gun. So that was the last shot we saw her. It's very quick, and Sylvie, like we see her 3 times. Like we saw her in the record store. She's working at McDonald's, which we know from behind the scenes stuff. And then we see her 2 more times. One with her saying that we're not gods, and then we see her, helping Loki find those TVA soldiers in this big warehouse thing.
The music at the end there, I noticed it. It's actually it's a version of the original season 1 music. It is.
Yeah, a little more sped up, I think. And
but when you hear the final beats, it is similar. Like I'm saying, like the tune to it, whatnot. It is a similar sound. But you're right. Now Kate Herron directed the first season of Loki. She's not back. Now, Michael Waldron was the one that basically, you know, produced or was I believe the executive producer or the creator of, or how you not
Loki.
Loki. Yes, and he did a great job.
Yeah.
And he of course is known for Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And basically, let me see. Cinematography was Autumn Durald Arkapaw. The budget was 141 million. And let's see. Oh no, that says season 2 was 141 million.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing with the first season. It was like around 141 million.
Yes, and it's Gugu Mbatha Raw plays Red Slayer.
Yeah. So we see everyone from first season here in very quick sessions. Like
I wonder if she's in the Victor Timely deal because he's tracking her down.
Well, no, you remember
Too, right?
Yeah. Well,
not
no,
running.
no.
She's not running. She's actually pursuing. She's actually trying to find information. She wants she has like a goal.
Yeah. Well, she was sent there by Miss Minutes. Remember in the season in episode 6, Miss Minutes informed her that someone from the Timekeepers wants you to go to this particular location to escape, and that's why she's there probably. So when we get to episode 6, it's right there.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? Let's do plugs. Let's get out of here.
All right. Let me get my.
I'll here. Yeah. Send me the DC
Marvel stuff.
Yeah, and I'll pull the other one.
Cool. I just sent another comments. Sorry. Here, I just sent it now. Man, I can't believe it. It's almost like August is going to be done. We're going to be in September.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I felt like I told you I felt like time has kind of slowed down a little bit. Maybe just for me though. I don't know.
Nah, I think it's kind of slow.
I mean, I'm saying in comparison to the rest of the year, it felt like it just was flying by.
Yeah, it's just kind of true. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So this one again. Thank you everyone for subscribing my channel. I'm up to 795 subscribers. Today just recently put the 4th part of the Iron Man Enter the Mandarin comic book series read. Check it out. Tomorrow I'm gonna put my top 10 Iron Man armors, my personal list. So for tomorrow, and so I just want to thank you everyone for subscribing to my channels. Just thank you so much. Just please support and hit that like button, please.
There you go.
Yeah.
And hold on, I'll pull up your other one.
Yep. And if you see the links, I just put in the comment. That's my bad. That was supposed to be.
I know. I saw you.
Yeah. I was like, oh man. But hey, it's Monday. Hey.
It is Monday, sir.
Yeah.
No, it's Tuesday now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's Tuesday now. Go down. I think you could there's the channels down. If you go down.
Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
Oh yeah, 795.
Yeah, 795. It's great.
What do you want me to pull up? Shorts? You want videos?
Down. No. Go down because you see the DC Marvel Plus stock is right there. You can click that. Okay. So, please pause that video. It's gonna talk a little bit. There, thank you. So yeah, this is my other channel, the DC Marvel Plus Talk. It's at 416 subscribers. Yesterday I just put my top 10 favorite Superman suits and a DC and Retrospective review on Superman 2.
Did I put the same thing? Did I put the same? Isn't it the same?
No, you put the Andreas Pop Culture channel.
Oh, I did. My bad.
Yeah, no worries. So tomorrow I'm gonna put my top 13 favorite supervillains. So check it out for tomorrow. So I'm doing double duty tomorrow with my channels. But yeah, so thank you so much. Please support this channel as well. Yeah, that's all.
Most definitely. And Andres, good show, brother. Episode 10.
Yeah.
Another one in the bag, baby.
Yeah.
Folks, we'll see you again. What? We'll see you on Wednesday night. For Soka, episode 1.
Yeah, I'm here, and
I'm pumped. I'm excited.
Yeah, and I'm supposed to be here Friday for the Departed. I did say that.
That's right. You know what? Hold on. I told you I would look that up. Oh, here. I'll wait till here. I don't have to do it right now. How am I doing?
Yeah, like it's afterwards.
Sorry.
Yeah. But anyway, best Monday report today. I love it. It was great. It was fun. It was low.
Yeah, it's always everyone's the best.
Yeah. So
all right, we love you, folks. We'll see you later. Peace.
Just let a man breathe and just hush so my mind could just see, so my mind don't erupt. At times I feel I can't get enough, but I sip a double cup and I spend a couple bucks. Sending out